Welcome to Midday. We are joined by Amanda Manholt from Skin Kamloops, who's slightly out of breath.
Just barely.
Because we were running around. Anyway, we're here. We did it. Yay. Thanks for being here, Amanda.
Thank you for having me.
We have a fun, a little bit of an extended segment with Skin today, and we're really excited about it because we can cover a couple topics. We only usually get through one because you and I love to chat.
It's true.
So it's kind of nice we get to hit on a couple of things today. We're going to start with spring skincare.
Yeah.
I know that this is something that it's a good time of year to start thinking about changing up your routine, right?
Totally.
So what do you mean by that? What would you change?
Well, you know, it's beautiful outside. I love this time of year, but sometimes when we get to finally the warm, sunny weather comes and the time change and everything's lovely and our skin isn't so lovely.
Right.
Because we've survived the winter. And the winter means, you know, that cold front that comes in makes the air even drier than it already is in our climate, because of course we're so arid, right? And then you've got the heater running all winter and all of these things that sort of just dry us out. And then you've got
Everyone just looks so dull.
And dull, and yeah. So dullness is the first thing really I wanted to talk about. Exfoliation. I think this is the perfect time of year to sort of bust out and change up your routine a little bit in terms of exfoliation. So some people like to do something at home a couple of times a week. I brought this one from Zio. Zio is a medical grade skincare line that we carry from Dr. Obagi. And I have to say that I know, when it was funny, I was getting ready for the segment and Dr. Brink walked by and he's like, "What are you doing?" So he's always looking, "What are you doing?"
What are you bringing on to Midday?
He's like, "Oh, tell them that's my favorite." He loves this.
Okay.
Like, I can't tell you how often I'm ordering that for him.
And that's straight from the doctor,
right?
Who says
yeah,
that.
yeah. Dr. Brink loves it. So it's a scrub. It's an exfoliant. Depending on your skin, I mean, if you have very fine, very fragile, dry skin, you might only do it once a week. But it's so easy. Just do it while you're in the shower and you've got some conditioner sitting in your hair. You just massage it on the skin for a minute. I just rinse my hair, rinse my face, and it gets rid of all that dead stuff that hangs around.
So you don't need to leave it on for a long time?
No, not really.
I want to smell
just a minute or two. Yeah, it's very fresh. Those blue crystals.
Yeah, and not too perfumey. That's what I love about that, right? It's kind of natural smelling.
Yeah, it's lovely. So that's one thing you can do easily at home, is just to add that exfoliation piece into your routine. And then if you've got a thicker, oily, or more congested skin, then maybe you're going to do it every other day, or maybe you're going to do it 3 times a week.
Right.
So it just varies. The other thing, which is my absolute favorite, I can't say enough about it, is the hydrofacial. So the hydrofacial is when you come in and you have a treatment with us. It's a beautiful 4-step process. So the first is a deep cleanse.
Right.
The second step is a peel. And really that's a chemical peel with glycolic and beta hydroxy acids, and it lifts off all that dead skin that just doesn't want to let go. Then she does what's called the extractions, and she uses that vortex vacuum. So these are some of the little tips on the table that she attaches to the handpiece.
Right here.
And there's different tips for different steps, but basically it sucks all of the debris out of the pores. So that buildup of excess
How does that
oil.
do that? This is just like a little...
It's the tip. It goes onto a handpiece.
Interesting.
Maybe you can see in this picture here. You can see.
Yeah,
show them that. So there's a man, and men do it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a man.
We actually just had a gentleman when I was leaving that was checking out that just had his hydrofacial. Because it's funny, where they shave, they tend to do a really good exfoliation sort of all the time, but where they really need it is in this area. They tend to be quite congested.
Right.
So then the third step would be the extractions, and then the fourth step is they infuse the skin with peptides and amino acids and things that just, like, your skin literally just glows after you have it done.
I like when we really remind men that this isn't just for women, these kinds of treatments.
Skin is skin.
And even exfoliating too. That would be something that a lot of men...
I gotta tell you, Dr. Brink's kind of a guy's guy. He hunts and he does that kind of... And I think, well, poor things survive with all the estrogen in our office. But he loves that. That's like his go-to.
Okay.
So everybody looks better when their skin glows. Yeah, right?
Of course.
So the next step I'd say in this kind of warmer weather in the spring is you want to lighten up your moisturizer.
Yeah.
So, in the winter we were like all feeling parched and dry, and there's days where I think my face, you're fighting it, almost hurting. Yeah. So you want to use everything as rich as you can. Lighten up. This time of year you don't really need quite as much. And if you can mix it with an SPF, it just cuts down on the steps.
Okay.
So we have a couple here. These two are from Skin Medica. I don't know where am I? I'm over here. Yeah. Here we are. These two are from Skin Medica, and you can get it with or without tint.
Okay.
So here's another great way to reduce your steps in the morning, right? If you can get a moisturizer with a sunscreen with a bit of color, so it'll even you out your complexion.
Then it doesn't feel like you're wearing a ton of foundation or anything like that.
Exactly, because it's hot, right? You may be perspiring. This is a new line we just brought in. Again, we did really well with it last summer, so we thought we better bring it in again. This is Elta MD. So also a lovely, try some on the back of your hand. It's beautiful. This is, again, a tinted moisturizer. And it shears right out, so don't be scared of it, because I think people think, oh my goodness, but as you rub it in.
This might be my color. Well,
keep rubbing.
Oh, maybe.
It just sort of matches almost all skin tones, and it just is a slight correction. I mean, if you want to wear foundation over it, you can.
Yeah, that definitely makes a difference, hey?
Yeah, it just evens everything out. But you're getting your sun protection.
All over the place.
Now, what we know, when you put your sunscreen on in the morning, if you work in an office, that's fine. We get your sunscreen, the molecule's going to hold for about 2 hours worth of exposure. Now, that doesn't mean if you put it on at 7 and you're inside all day at 9, it won't work anymore. That means if you put it on at 7 and you go out for lunch and you're out in the sun for about an hour, you probably got about an hour's left of energy.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if you're outside a lot for work, and you wear makeup, it doesn't seem practical to pile on more sunscreen. So this is a really cool product. This is from Jane Iredale. This is our mineral makeup line we talked about last month, but this is it's called Powder Me SPF. And it's actually a powder. So everybody touches up their makeup, or people that wear makeup typically want to touch it up at lunchtime. This is a powder. It's super easy to use. It's loose under here. You pop this out. It comes through the applicator.
Nice.
And you just touch up your nose.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's an SPF 30.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
So it's a great way to sort of boost your sunscreen protection, correct your shine throughout the day.
You're just making me so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, Amanda, and then we'll be back with Amanda from Skin Kamloops. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are still with Amanda Manholt here on Midday from Skin Kamloops, and we were talking a little bit about spring skincare and changing up your routine in the first segment, but now we're moving on to lash boosters.
Yeah.
And how to get those lashes long and luscious.
Now that your skin is fabulous, we want to have great eyelashes.
Good call.
So lash growth serums, I'm going to say that 4 times fast.
Yeah.
Lash growth serums have become quite popular.
They have, yeah.
Latisse is what I'm here to speak about today, because Latisse is actually a prescription eyelash product.
Yeah, because I always think about, that's really, really important, I think, to say that, Amanda, because when you're putting something on your eyes or anywhere near your eyes, you know, you got to be careful. So something like this would be made for that exact spot.
It's exactly what it's for. So because we can sell it because we have Dr. Brink, so it's a prescription. He's there. We can we're able to sell it to people.
Exactly.
So what it is meant to do is increase the length, the density, and actually deepen the color of your own lashes.
Okay.
So how it does that is, we have our eyelashes grow in 3 cycles: the anagen, catagen, and telogen phases.
I won't remember that.
It's okay. There's no test afterwards. And what Latisse has been proven to do is to extend the anagen phase. So that's the active growth cycle.
Right.
So some people have fine, thin lashes just naturally. They can blame their parents. Just another thing we can blame mom and dad for.
There you go.
A lot of women, as we get older, notice changes with our lashes.
Right.
So the lashes I had when I was 20 are not the lashes I now have in my very late 40s. So yes, so as we age, the lashes tend to not, they just don't regenerate as quickly, right? So those 3 cycles are, they grow, they hang out for a bit, they fall off, and then there should a new one be coming in behind it.
Okay.
So that's what Latisse is all about. It's going to basically, you'll see results within 8 weeks, and your best results are at the 12 to 16 week mark.
And you just kind of put it, how do you apply it?
How you apply it, so it comes like this in a little bottle, like a little eyedropper bottle.
Okay.
And then you get these little brushes, a whole bunch of them. They're just single-use applicators. And the idea is at night when you wash your face, you just apply 1 drop to the brush, and you apply it across the upper lash line, just like if you were putting on eyeliner. And only on the top.
And just one
drop.
Little
Start at the inner corner and out,
and then like this.
and 1 drop out. That's it.
And then
go to bed.
Go to bed. And let them grow.
And let them grow. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So
it's interesting that it changes the color or deepens the color. I think that I didn't know that. Like I've always heard lash serums make your lashes grow longer, But I didn't know that it had anything to do with the
Yeah,
color.
it can darken them a little bit. And you can see, too, I brought the brochure that's got some pictures. I know I should have got you a digital file.
That's okay.
I'm not that with it today. But
That's
you could,
all right.
there we go. We can maybe zoom in on that.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's a real difference right there. Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah. So again, within 8 weeks, you're going to start to notice a difference. And then what happens is, what people will typically do is they'll get their lashes to a length and a thickness and a look that they're happy with.
Yeah.
And then you can go on a maintenance schedule. So then you could do it maybe once or twice a week. You don't need to go and do it every night after that.
Excellent. So how much would the serum go for then? Do you know?
Yeah, I do, because there's 120, I think, for the small one.
And that lasts you a long time because you're just putting the one drop.
It's a single drop. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the other person I think this is really good for is there's a lot of gals that are going out and getting lash extensions, and they're beautiful, but I think for a lot of people it's time, it's money, and eventually, at some point, usually people get to a point where they take a break.
Yeah.
And your own lashes,
because I feel like they're going to damage your lashes. But
I think
depends,
it
right?
depends.
Yeah.
I think they're fabulous. I just want to make sure that whoever's doing it does a good job.
Yeah.
But when you take a break and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I have no eyelashes, because you're used to seeing all the eyelashes.
You go down to skin and you get the serum.
Make your own eyelashes better.
Fantastic. Thanks, Amanda. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
So there you go, Amanda, with all her tips on spring skincare, routines, changing that routine up, and then, of course, the lash boosters. This is just in time for the summer. I like that. For more information on Skin Kamloops, it's just there at the bottom of the screen. We're back in 2 minutes here on Midday. Don't go anywhere.